I'm gonna be completely honest and vulnerable, up front with you guys, just real and like authentic in the way that I know I can be. So I want to get on here and talk to you guys about Shyla and what she's been saying, and the lies that she's been spreading. And I find that like in life, there's like a way of handling things, and then there's a way that you go about things, and you obviously you get the consequences. And I feel like Shyla just going on the internet and just being super immature and saying things that aren't true and not coming to me personally. If you have a problem with me, you gotta come to me personally. Like that's like my go-to. Like when I got a problem with someone, I call them up. That's kind of like my personality. That's kind of my vibe. That's how I do things. And I've called you, Shyla, before when I had a problem with you 2 years ago, when you made a video about my skincare line. I called you that night, and I texted you, and that's kind of like my vibe. Like that's how I do things. So if you got a problem with me, let's talk about it, right? I was thinking about it, and I'm not impulsive like she is. I really just like sit with my thoughts and really think about things and I analyze it, and that's just kind of the personality that I am. So when she had said all these like negative, dark lies about my family, I was thinking about it, and I was like, wow, like I actually pray for this person. Like I do silent prayers all the time, and I send her good vibes. Doing since I can remember, and it's showing, and she's like telling on herself, like she's showing her true colors, and it's like it's so obvious. So to get straight to the point, the other night Austin went to the gym like he always does. He's in camp right now, so he's training for a fight, and he had a sparring. So he invited the whole family. His dad was there, our son was there, his friends. I couldn't make it because I had something going on, so I stayed home with the girls. And if you see me, if you could physically see me right now, if you're watching this video, you know that what I do for a living is content. So I've been on YouTube for a very long time, and I make content, and we film for a living, and we've shared glimpses of our lives. We don't share as much anymore just because of that's kind of where we're at. To be honest with you, if I didn't have this many eyes on me, I probably would be sharing a lot more. But yeah, that's just kind of where we're at. And so he was at the gym, he was making content like he always does, and he made this very innocent video of kind of going towards our son and Shyla's daughter, Solene, who's his niece, Austin's niece. And she was kind of in the background. You couldn't really see her. She's kind of like to the side, and then he kind of focuses on our son, and very cute, like innocent video. So Shyla, respectfully, being the hawk that she is, watching every single one of our stories and our videos and trying to find an opportunity to speak on our name and continuously disrespect us and slander us and say these really hurtful and untruthful things, she goes on the internet and starts to claim that my husband tried to kill somebody, and that I had IVF treatment for my third pregnancy, which are all untrue things. There's a couple more things that are just untrue. I don't even remember what she said, but I this is the time that it comes to an end, and I'm going to share how I feel. So she claims that her daughter is being used for clout. All right, so let's discuss this. Shyla, I don't know if you know what clout is, okay? So there's a difference between clout and then family, right? So you got a family that's, they're well known, they have a lot of eyes on them, and we started YouTube. We didn't know we were going to be as successful as we are. We did it with pure intentions. Everything happened so naturally and so pure and so real. I love my job. I love what I do. And you, Shyla, you jumped on the bandwagon, and that's what you started to do. And you did it for many years. And all of a sudden, when your relationship ended, when Landon broke up with you, you decided that because it wasn't in your favor anymore, that you were going to decide that, your daughter is clout now, which doesn't make any sense. Family is family, and I'm sorry if like that's how you see it through your goggles, like that it's being clout, but it's just it is what it is. Like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If Solene is never a part of our family, if she's not at our parties and hanging out with our cousins and going to the beach with us and having a good time and growing up with us and learning and growing, then you would say 5 years from now that, oh, they never loved her, they never care, nobody cares. And the truth is that we all love our family. Every single person in our family, we love them very much. And that's one of the reasons why we're so successful, is because we put family first. And that's been the kind of people that we've been and transmitted for a long time. And so for you to use that word, it's very hurtful, because the very opposite of clout. If anything, you're creating attention for clout. I understand that, you're telling the world that you don't want your daughter on the internet anymore, that you've grown, that, you don't like that, which I have complete respect for. I feel like that's a beautiful thing if that's what you decide you want to do. But you're also very contradicting. So let's just make that clear. So then you proceed and you say some lies, and you say that I had IVF treatment for my third child to have a boy. And that's 1000% not true. I don't know if you believe in God, if you pray to God, but God, right? Like, that's the reason why I have my children. I was able to conceive 3 children. I wanted them back to back. Where that came from, I don't get the purpose of it. I can't grasp it. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't know. But what I will say is I find it very disrespectful to women all around the world who literally cannot conceive a child on their own, and they have to do treatments like IVF. And I find that IVF is like, what a blessing to be able to have such a thing. And although I didn't go that route, it's just very odd to me that you would say something like that, like as if like, what are you trying to offend me? Like, that's like a bad thing. I don't get what the purpose of that was. And yeah, just like another one of your lies. Like, just to end this like IVF topic part, I had just had my second child. I got pregnant a year after I had my second. I was breastfeeding nonstop, changing diapers, raising 2 children, working nonstop, working on my business, working on my family, my marriage, my relationships, my friendships, raising a household, like doing so much. And yet I'm supposed to be doing IVF treatments just so that I could have a boy. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, I don't know where your head's at. And then you proceed and you say that Austin, my husband, has tried to kill somebody. And that really pissed me off, because that is so far from what Austin is and how he would ever speak and react. And you literally have no idea who my husband is. You've never known us like that. And for you to just like say something so dark and evil is really scary. And I just find that was completely out of line. And this is mainly the reason why I'm making this video, is because you need to be stopped, and you really do need to heal. You need to stop pretending that you're healed, and you really have to look inwards. And I can help you, literally, like, I do not mind to help you through this, but this has got to stop. I'm gonna bring this one up, but you said you claim that our family is broke. So that's like one of like the famous like narratives that the internet loves to talk about. And to be honest with you, I know that like your supporters, like the people that are supporting you, genuinely only have one thing in common with you, and that's your lies. Oh, actually 2. Your lies, and then that you don't like us. Literally, those are the only things that your supporters have in common with you. And that's the truth. And your lies have gotten so deep. It's so deep that you continuously, you're like making this like monster, and it's literally not who you are. Like, I know that for a fact. Like, that can't be who you are. I get that money is your number one motivator. It's all you talk about. It's all you think about. It's literally like, it was all that your relationship was about. I get it that, towards the end, that's all you cared about. And I'm not even going to go into details, because really, like, this is none of my business. But the truth is that if you don't understand what money truly is, you will never make money, because money is an energy exchange, and it comes in like waves. Okay? And that's what we are. We are energy. So it's what you do with the money. It's how you get it. It's how you react. It's how you learn from it. And it's so far away, the narrative is so far away from who we are, and it's because we've given back so much, and we do so much for people, and we help people all the time. I help my family all the time. And so I don't know, it's just like the thing about money is just weird. Like, why are you even talking about that? Like, why do you care about someone else's financial situation? Like, who cares? Like, I'm not talking about your financial situation. I could care less. I'm here and I'm sticking up for my family. I'm the backbone of my family. Literally, like, I just found out yesterday that I have a collapsed disc, and like so symbolic to like me and who I am to our family. But God didn't give me a voice to be complacent. And the truth is that, Shyla, you know that you've been carrying this lie about Landon being abusive, and you know that that's not true. and you gotta let that go. You have an amazing father to your daughter, and you need to start like accepting that this is your reality and that you created it, because this is all done by you, and accept that, you know, things didn't go how you wanted, and that's it. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, you were so happy when Landon got cancer. You were the happiest you'd ever been. Everyone said it. There's so many witnesses, and that's the reason why he didn't want to be with you. And because it messed with your money and what you were doing, you got really upset, and that's why you created this false narrative. And one thing about me is that I'm a girl's girl. So I support women, I advocate for women, I help women on a daily basis. Like, I'm all about women empowerment, and that's my vibe. That's who I am, right? But I also know that there can be a lot of darkness to women, and some women take advantage of very innocent men, and they use their power to get what they want. And I think that it's very unfair what you've been doing, Landon, and you need to stop. I'm not saying Landon's like a saint, like he's the most perfect person in the world and he has got nothing to work on. We all have something to work on. Even I do. Everybody does. There's no perfect human. Perfection doesn't even exist. But the truth is that you've really taken this out of line, and it needs to stop. Sorry, but your character has been shown for many years, and it's very obvious what kind of person you are. And for you to make a video and claim that you were abused, and for the whole character to go out the window, to be dismissed because you claim that you were being abused. Meanwhile, everybody knows that it's not true. You could see it, right? You're literally taking advantage of very vulnerable women who have literally been abused. You're diminishing a woman's abuse. Like, you don't know what it's like to be in a kitchen, like just doing dishes, and your husband walks in and slaps you across the face with a pan for no reason. Like, you don't know how it feels to go through that. And for you to say that you were abused is so wrong, and it's not okay. And I'm sorry, but you pushed the line, and it's time for this to be out and to be heard. Also, you know, you talk about my children, you talk about my family, you talk about my mother-in-law, like my mother-in-law, who's the most selfless, most kind, most helpful. She's also like a super girl's girl, like she tried to help you. Nicole is the type of person that if, God forbid, anything ever happened between Austin and I, God forbid anything ever happened between Austin and I, and our family broke up, and, you know, life happens, right? I'm a realist. Life happens. She would be the first person to be there for me. And the fact that you had the audacity to say such hurtful lies about Nicole really hurts, because it's like you never got the opportunity to really know who she is because of your darkness. So stop talking about Nicole. Don't bring her up anymore. So I'm done, and I'm gonna say, like, this is the first and last time that I will ever speak about Shyla. I've never done it, not even subliminally. Like, I really just, I don't do that. When I got a problem with someone, I call them up. That's the kind of personality that I have. And in this case, it's very different. I'm doing it on the internet, and I really had no choice, because at this point, really think about it. If someone was spreading lies about you and your family on the internet, and they were actually getting away with it, like some people were actually believing what this person was saying, would you stick up for yourself? Would you wait a couple years? Would you say something right away? Like, what would you do? In my position, in my case, I had no choice. She took me out of my character. But this is really just what it needs to be, and I wish her well. I wish that she finds happiness within. I wish. Don't ever talk about my family ever again. I've done way too much work to get where I'm at. Spiritually, I'm talking about all the work, the inner work that I've done. I've done way too much work to get here, and for me to go backwards is not what I'm trying to do. I'm going to say it one last time. Stop talking about my family, my children, me, my husband. It's done. Stop talking about us.